Hey there, Nate here with the Volunteer Tech Vlog on the Live Sound 101 YouTube channel. Today I have a full house. So this is actually the first video I've ever done with 4 people in the car.
Oh!
I've only done videos with one other person in the car. So this is the first full house. I've got James sitting with me here in the passenger seat. Say hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
We've got Than in the back seat there.
Hey there. How's it going?
And you might have seen Joni before. Joni's been in a few videos, so she's back there. Say hi. Hi. All right, so we're going for a little cruise, and we're gonna go to the store here. We'll see how this goes. I'll try not to run over any bushes or anything like that, but I am excited to see James and to see Than. They are visiting from Wilmington, Delaware.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh yeah.
Too.
Shout out. And they're with a group called Urban Promise. Sorry, starting to get foggy in here with all these people. Gotta correct that. So they're with a group called Urban Promise, and they're hitting up. Man, you guys have been traveling all over the place, not just the Northeast. Where have you guys been on your trip?
We have traveled as far as Chicago and Grand Rapids, Michigan, and all the way up as far north as Farmington,
Maine. Western Maine.
Farmington.
And that's where you're from, Than, right? You're from Maine.
I'm from Portland, Maine.
But you're down there, and you started off interning with Urban Promise Camden, and now you're with Urban Promise Wilmington, right?
So we have many branches throughout the United States and actually internationally. So my origin is not in Wilmington, but is now where I am. So
great. And full disclosure about this video, if you haven't figured out, it has nothing to do with technology or live sound. But these guys are looking for volunteers.
Oh yeah. And
that is a big part of what they are, why they're on this trip all over. Recruiting, spreading the word, networking. And Joni put her foot in the camera, which is very important. So if you are interested in volunteering for these guys, what are you looking for? Like what type of volunteers are you looking for?
Yeah, we are looking for 2 types mainly. We have opportunities for groups of people to come for 1 week. We're a faith-based organization, so it's like a mission trip. And you would come and you would work in our city, the city of Wilmington, in our highest risk neighborhoods, working with children and teens. And during that week, you would get to do some grunt work, maybe. You'd also get to do some work with children. And then we supply some stuff for you, so you have devotions from our staff, an audience with the executive director, and a panel discussion with high school youth from the city. And Nate, you've actually done one of these before.
Yeah, so
3 of them. What was your experience like? Okay,
so yeah, this is kind of how we know each other. Is that when I was in college at UMass Lowell studying sound recording technology, I was also part of the a Christian group on campus there, which was called the Abundant Life Christian Fellowship at the time, which now it's called, I think, CFS, or Christian Student Fellowship. The name changes something else now, but I was with that group, and this guy named Justin came to visit our group, and he said, hey, who wants to do a missions trip in the hood? That's pretty much how he started off his whole spiel, and it was kind of like, what does he mean by that, in the hood? And you had mentioned high risk kids, so this is definitely an inner city area. It's I guess I think you call it high risk. You might call it a rough neighborhood. You know, it's kids growing up in this area. I guess you would say that they don't have the easiest time growing up or being kids because of the situations that they come from.
Yeah, there are things that happen in their neighborhoods. I mean, 2 of the most prominent things will be gun violence and drugs, and that they have no control over, but they live there, their families live there. And while it's only 10% of the population causing trouble, they make it really difficult for the other 90 to have an existence that isn't plagued by gun violence and things like that.
And teddy bears. Okay, that is so cute, Joni. That is such a great idea to make the kids a teddy bear. I'm glad you thought of that. So I know these guys because I signed up to go on one of these missions trips in 2004, and I went back again in 2005 and back again in 2006. So 3 years in a row I did alternate spring break, Christmas break missions trips with Urban Promise, and I think it's a great ministry. I mean, it's really reaching out to kids that come from difficult situations, and it's, you know, showing them the love of Christ, spreading the gospel, but also meeting their physical needs too, just feeding them, making sure that they have help with their homework, making sure they're safe, they're in a safe place off the streets. And you know, I think it's a very simple ministry at its core. It's just based on building relationships. And yeah, I had a great time, so I'm happy to host you guys. Glad you guys could come up and stay with us for a weekend.
Thankful to do that, so
yeah,
it's cool.
Right, so I have no idea how to end this video, but is there anything else you'd like to share?
There is actually another opportunity.
Another opportunity?
Another one. Whoa. Now I look silly. So we have longer term mission trips for individuals. They can be 7 weeks in the summer or 9 months in a school year.
Is that what Than is doing?
Than is doing that.
Oh.
And that is, you get to live in one of our houses in the neighborhood where the kids live, and serve them and do home visits and pray with families and disciple children and work alongside teenagers. And you get to do that for a long time. We really need people to come for the summer, and a lot of college students will do that. And then a lot of people will come for especially the year after they finish college and work in our programs during the school year. And we work with children year round, and we have schools and education positions. But I'll let Than tell us about the internship from his perspective.
Yeah, tell us about it, Than.
Right, so if you're thinking about doing an internship, really like 2 things you got to know. The nitty-gritty, when you get down to it, is you're living with other people that you may or may not have anything in common with. They could be from anywhere. I'm gonna get a little sunlight on me here. So you're gonna be living with people that you don't know and may have no direct interests that relate, but you do something in common that you want to serve the Lord. So to do that is cool. It's a unique situation, whether it's the summer, year-round, whatever it may be. And the other thing is you just gotta, well, there's several other things, but I'd say the other main thing is you just gotta have a passion for some part of the work, which is, for me, it's the city. I feel called to work in the city. For some people, it's kids or education or social work, or they want to create a cool sports program. It's different for everybody, but if you're looking for something like that, this is the place where you can marry. If you're like me, you know, I'm from the suburbs. You can marry that culture with this hood culture, so to speak, and in a really safe and cool way that produces something cool. So I think a lot of young people come in and come out, whether they're there for 7 weeks or a year or 2 years or 5, they come out with a better idea of what they're supposed to do. So
great, awesome. So it sounds like there's 2 main opportunities for anybody watching this video out on YouTube. Urban Promise, you're looking for short-term, you know, volunteers, and you're looking for long-term volunteers, people that really want to get to know the community and get involved and help out. So where can people go if they want to look you guys up? Is it urbanpromise.org?
You should put it up along there, urbanpromise.org.
I think I can do that.
If you can't, we look really dumb.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining me in this edition of the Volunteer Tech Vlog.
Thanks for inviting us. This has been awesome.
Brought to you by Joni's Boot. Thank you, Joni.
The cow boot.
Yay!
I had to look where I'm going.